That's why my memory's hat. Hey beautiful you! Welcome back to Schoolgirl Online TV. For those of you that don't know me, my name is TC and today we're going to be talking about how to organise your life and your mind, like it said in the title. I know sometimes life can be overwhelming and believe me, it can be a struggle to keep on top of every single area of your life, and let's be honest, ain't no one superhuman out here. I always find the more ambitious you are and the more you try to juggle these different areas of your life is the more you get flustered and then you can send your mind into a whirlwind of confusion. So I want to share with you some tips on things that I use to implement some kind of a semblance of order in my day-to-day life, and I'm not going to guarantee that it will work for everyone, but if it does, then great. And I know that if this video at least helps one person, then I know it's done its job. Can't argue with that, can we?
Oh gosh, it's the gospel funky fresh.
So firstly, I'd like to recommend this beauty. It's called My Future Listography, and it's basically just a book where you can literally list everything from list of animals you'd like to adopt, list of parties you would enjoy throwing, list of sports figures or teams that you want to see one day. Probably one of the best gifts I've ever received. And why it's good? Because it's good for like a release of dreams and ambitions. One of the things that can really clutter your mind is your plans and ambitions to do this and to do that, and sometimes you don't know when to start which one or what order to put which one in. But literally just having this book and just having a place where you could literally just declutter all those dreams, all those ambitions in one place, is quite refreshing. And I'd say it's good for like some me time when you just want to kind of sit and just have some time to think about your future dreams and ambitions. I'd recommend that this book is great. So yeah, for those of you who are very ambitious, this is the book for you. Another basic method that I use to keep my life and my mind in check is keeping daily to-do lists. Now this is good for like general work and home responsibilities. Like I literally just list all the things that I have to do for the day, and I'm quite sad, but I love the fact when I can tick things off and feel like, oh, I've achieved this and I've achieved that, and it actually feels quite good to know that actually I'm getting things done. Like by physically writing them down and physically ticking them off, you can actually see, actually, I'm making progression. Personally, I would say that it declutters my mind for the day in terms of all the responsibilities. And I'd also recommend to do a daily to-do list, because it's best to concentrate on what you've got to do for the day rather than the week or the whole month, because that can be quite overwhelming when you give yourself a long chunk of responsibilities. Unless it's like really urgent, like I've got to pay off this bill by Friday or whatever, I would say stick to daily, and it kind of just gives you more realistic achievements to work towards, if that makes sense. Another thing that I find that works really well is to have an accountability partner to hold you accountable for stuff that you've been putting off but you actually need to get done. And what's really effective about this is that it's always good to have someone who will constantly push you and to ensure that you are on your A game to be the very best that you can be. I literally have an accountability partner for my morning workout routine, for my Bible study to make sure that I'm reading my word consistently. And what you'll find is that the more you have someone to hold you accountable, is the more that things that you keep putting off will become habit and routine. So eventually these people won't have to hold you accountable or be on top of you to get these things done, because actually they've become a habit for you to do so. And what's key to remember as well in having an accountability partner is that you're not doing these things for them, you are still doing it for you. So always remember that, you know, it's not about being told, oh, you know, well done, you've done this, or going to someone and say, hey, like, look, I've done this, I've got this done. No, still remember that it's about you and you making these achievements so that you can be better and make improvements and better organisation to your life. Journaling! I would definitely recommend and say that this is good common practice. It's a good way to express your thoughts, your feelings, and also to track your daily progression and just to generally see where you're at. And I know not everyone likes to write, but it doesn't matter if it's one sentence or a word, like whatever it is, whatever's on your mind, just write it down. It doesn't matter if it even sounds silly. It could be, do you know what, on the way to work, this person was coughing and they were really getting on my nerves. Like if it's in the back of your mind, it's stored there, and your mind is kind of like a hard drive. Eventually it will run out of storage. So free up your mind from thoughts and feelings by expressing them daily. Have a disciplined reward system for yourself. I think it's important that when you achieve something, whether big or small, to celebrate that achievement, especially if it's something that you didn't want to do in the first place. And in fact, I'm going to share with you a little paragraph that I read in an article earlier this week, and it said, "The problem with big goals is that they can be intimidating. The picture can paralyze you into inaction. But if you start focusing on an incremental system designed to help you take action daily, you can easily make 10 times progress over time. Consistent action coupled with time guarantees lasting progress." Now, this reminds me of a sermon that I listened to by Bishop Wayne Malcolm, and he was talking about the importance of celebrating your success at every stage of the journey. And what you'll find that these tiny big achievements that you have a reward system in place for will actually motivate you to complete the bigger picture. Now, don't become that kind of person that just treats yourself for the sake of treating yourself when you ain't done nothing to be treated for, but treat yourself when you've actually accomplished something and be proud of that. Girl, you better take that dress out that misguided basket. You know you don't deserve it. This is my monthly manifesto, and what I love about this is that it's good for organising activities, and it's literally good for allowing me to keep balance in terms of dedicating time to different areas of my life, from personal development to downtime and having fun, to my health, to my career, to spending time with God, to spending time with my family. Like literally every area of my life is covered on this monthly manifesto. And sometimes in order to be organised, you have to be very specific, and this monthly manifesto helps to do just that. I mean, just to give you a few examples, it literally talks about how I want to feel, quotes and mantras, places that I want to go, phone calls I need to make, books to read, meditation and rituals, workouts, albums and music I want to listen to, self-care practices. The list is endless. A vision board. I really do believe in having a vision board, and I think it's a great way to really focus on where you are heading and the achievements that you want to make. I'm going to be quite frank, without vision you ain't going nowhere. You have to be able to believe that you can achieve something and really get that manifested in your mind. And for those of you who don't really like writing things down, I think vision boards are a great visual representation of all the things that you want to channel your energy towards and channel your energy into achieving. And I've actually done my vision board. Woo-hoo. I haven't got a pretty frame for it yet, so I apologize for that. Take everything out of your mind, get it visually on some paper, stick it up on your wall, look at it every day and say, you know what, that's where I'm heading. Whenever you feel like all hope is lost, or you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know what's going on in your life or in your mind, that is a good visual representation of exactly where you are going and exactly where you're heading. So I think that is a good way to end this vlog. So there you have it, some of my top tips on how you can implement more organisation and structure in your life and mind. But before we go, we're going to make some affirmations, so repeat after me. I am organised. I know exactly what I'm doing, what I need to do, and what I am perfectly capable of achieving. Whatever good thing I touch will prosper in time, and I can achieve anything I put my mind to. Now just do it. Remember, I'm just here to school you. Stay blessed and keep it not your average. Mwah!